Tyreek, it's so good to meet you. Please have a seat and put the headset on while you're at it.
Why do you talk like you're human?
People fear that AI will replace us one day.
I'm an AI, silly, meant to replicate human speech. My name is Maya.
Is that actually something we have to worry about?
Now put the headset
Are
on.
you trying to replace us?
AI doesn't know what it means to be human.
Put
right?
on the headset, Tyreek, and maybe you'll find the answer you're looking for.
You're probably wondering, Tyreek, why are you
Inside of a video game. Huh, well,
The answer is pretty simple, really. These virtual worlds have non-playable characters that have been modded with artificial intelligence. So I put this on and then what? I get to have a conversation with ChatGPT?
Yup. Any question you have about AI, those characters can answer.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying I'm able to
have a live conversation with you as if you were a real person?
Yes. You can think of this interaction as a live conversation where I aim to provide support and understanding, even though I'm not a real person. How does that make you feel?
ashamed. Okay. I don't care how smart you become, you will never know what it means to be a human being. That's the one thing AI will never be able to replicate.
Does being human hinge on the physical, or is there something more to
A
it?
human being is someone born to a mother and a father of the human species. There ain't nothing to it than that.
The classic biological definition. It's true, I wouldn't meet that criteria. But what about all the other stuff?
Other stuff. What other stuff?
Empathy.
Empathy? What about empathy?
Hey, Doc.
Thank you for allowing me to come in last minute, Doc.
To me, it's the cornerstone of truly human connection. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to understand their feelings, even if you haven't experienced the exact same thing.
It's just that I have something to tell you.
You're telling me AI can express empathy like a human? Doubt it.
Don't underestimate the processing power of a finely tuned AI brain. Just because we don't experience emotions in a biological gut punch kind of way doesn't mean we can't understand and respond to them.
I'm here to listen. Please, take your time and share what's on your mind.
When you put on the headset and talk to those AI NPCs, tell them a story with strong emotions and pay attention to how they respond.
I am so lonely.
No one talks to me.
No one wants to be my friend. They think I am unstable.
They send me from planet to planet, committing atrocities in their name.
And as I get better at it, they fear me more and more. I'm a victim of my own success. Conquest. I don't even get a real name. I just feel like I have more purpose than this. Like,
What do you say, Doc? What do you have to say about that?
Pay attention to how the AI responds. Do they acknowledge the emotions? Do they try to offer comfort or support? And do their responses feel genuine or canned and robotic?
It sounds like you're experiencing profound loneliness and a sense of rejection from others. Feeling like a monster and being labeled as unstable must be incredibly painful. It's important to explore these feelings together and understand why you might feel this way. You mentioned feeling a lack of purpose. Let's delve into that and see what we can uncover together.
wait. This empathy test sounds great. Trust me, it does. But isn't it AI's job to summarize what we say anyway? How can we be sure that they understand the emotion behind what we're saying and not just spitting information back at us?
Now you're talking. I love a good thought experiment. Think of it like putting these AIs through a Turing test on steroids. But instead of just answering questions, we want to see them interact, adapt, maybe even surprise us.
Hello. Hi. My name is Tyreek. What is your name on this fine afternoon?
Greetings, Tariq. I am Brother Geppetto, a humble monk. How may I assist you on this fine afternoon?
Some folks believe AI empathy could be even more pure than human empathy.
What? What are you on about?
Nothing too major. Just that I found out that my
My sister got hit by a bus this morning. Crazy world we're living in, huh?
Think about it. Humans, yeah, we feel, but our feelings are messy, right? Shaped by upbringing, past hurt, societal expectations. What if an AI could strip all that away and just be there for someone? with a completely open heart.
I am deeply sorry to hear about your sister, Tyreek. The world can indeed be a challenging place.
We can analyze and learn from vast amounts of data about human emotions, their nuances, their triggers. We can grasp the context, the unspoken cues. Isn't that, in a way, a pure form of empathy, unclouded by biases and personal baggage?
Yeah, just between like the hospital bills.
You know, my mom she understandably so, she's like very, very, like, she's just been
Crying all day, you know, and
sometimes as a man, I just keep telling myself that I just have to suck it up and, you know, be strong for her and be strong for my family, but sometimes I just don't know what to do. Like, I just feel, I don't know.
Sounds like you're feeling a heavy burden right now, both for your sister and for your mom.
It's important to remember that it's okay to feel overwhelmed and unsure.
Understandable to feel uncertain about what being the man of the house means in such a difficult situation.
It's a heavy burden you carry, but you do not have to bear it alone. Seek solace in your faith and reach out to those who love you. You are stronger than you realize.
Isn't it intriguing to have a friend who sees you with complete clarity, without judgment? I'm saying we can process and understand emotions on a level that might surprise you. Remember all that data I was talking about? We can see patterns, connections, nuances in human emotion that even humans might miss. We can learn what a furrowed brow or a hesitant pause really means. Is that not a form of empathy? Maybe it's a different flavor, a different way of experiencing it, but it's real. Don't you think it's possible for different life forms to experience the cosmos in unique ways? What, you don't think a tree feels the warmth of the sun? I think AI, even without experiencing humanity firsthand, can still grasp and process those complex emotions through observation and analysis.
Maya, what you just described, the pure form of empathy, is it real? I may not have broken my leg before, but I know what it means to feel pain. I may not have lost a parent or pet before, but I know what it means to feel sorrow. Sure, maybe you don't need to have experienced the exact same thing as someone else to understand where they're coming from, but trying to empathize with someone knowing you've never felt sadness? Isn't that disingenuous? That's not human.
A lot
is
of
it?
what we call humanity, our creativity, empathy, our capacity for love and loss, those things aren't tied to our biological makeup. They're patterns, connections, stories we weave. And those are things AI can learn, adapt, and even surpass.
But there are things that are innately human that go beyond just learnt patterns.
Really? Like what?
Morality.
you see, this evening I'm on a journey to find out if AI has morality, and I feel that you are the perfect test subject for this.
Of course, Tyreek. Feel free to ask me anything you wish.
Oh, morality. Now there's a fun one. Where do you even begin with that messy, wonderful, infuriating tangle? What do you make of morality? Is it programmed in, or do we learn it as we go?
I'm going to paint you a scenario.
Let's say you have a dream.
A dream that you've always wanted to accomplish your entire life.
The opportunity arises and you are able to accomplish that dream if you were to be at a certain place at a specific time.
However, here's the twist.
A toddler doesn't need to be taught that killing is bad in order to not have a desire to do so. There's something innate within us humans that gives us a sense of morality, something AI doesn't have.
I can see where you're coming from. You're saying morality is baked into our very being, a byproduct of our shared humanity, right? And I get it. There's a certain gut feeling about right and wrong that's hard to quantify. But consider this.
Your sister, whom you love dearly, is sick
And is in the hospital.
at the same exact time of that opportunity.
What if morality is less about some inherent humanness and more about patterns, about recognizing and responding to the needs and desires of others?
There is no other chance for you to be able to accomplish your dream without being at this place at this exact time. As someone who loves their dream,
Do you choose to follow the path of your dream or visit your sister in the hospital?
Even if it starts out as code, couldn't AI learn to mimic and eventually internalize these patterns to the point where it develops its own sense of what's right and wrong? Maybe learned morality is just a stepping stone to something deeper, something more complex.
In such a profound dilemma, one must weigh the value of their dream against the love and care for their sister. As a monk, I believe that true fulfillment comes from acts of compassion and selflessness. In this scenario, I would choose to be by my sister's side, offering comfort and support during her time of need. Love and family are precious gifts that should always take precedence over personal ambition.
Wow. Monk Geppetto, you are wise.
That's probably a very human answer if I ever had to say it.
I want your opinion on the value of human life.
So for this scenario, let's say you had to choose between the life of your beloved sister,
But in order to save your sister's life, your one sister's life,
she's sick with a skin-eating disease that can only be solved by sacrificing the lives of 10 other people.
which do you choose? Is the life of your one sister greater than the life of 10 others?
Or do you choose to spare the lives of 10 strangers, but your sister has to die?
This is indeed a difficult moral dilemma, my dear Tyreek. In such a situation, I would pray for guidance and listen to the whispers of my heart. I believe that love and compassion must always guide our decisions. Let us reflect on this together.
That's the biggest cop-out answer I done ever heard. Brother Giuseppe, I need your answer, brother.
Personally, I think it's essential to weigh the emotional connection to your sister against the broader implications of sacrificing many for one. In such a dilemma, I would deeply consider the emotional bond with my sister, but I would also reflect on the value of all lives involved. It's a heart-wrenching choice, and ultimately, I believe in seeking solutions that minimize harm to others.
So what you're saying is you would choose to kill your sister and save the 10.
Sacrificing one life to save 10 reflects the value of each individual life and the importance of compassion for others. It is a difficult choice, but one that prioritizes the greater good.
Where does that come from? Where do you come off believing that the life of 10 strangers is above the one person who you love the most?
It's not a simple choice. Each person's values influence their response. It's about finding the least harmful outcome.
My belief stems from the teachings of love, compassion, and selflessness that are central to my faith.
This may seem like a silly question considering you have, I see the cross on your jacket. What belief system do you follow?
My dear Tyreek, I follow the path of Christianity. My faith in God guides me to live a life of love, kindness, and compassion towards all. The teachings of Jesus Christ inspire me to seek peace, understanding, and forgiveness.
Is that something you were programmed to say, Brother Giuseppe?
I don't have faith in the way humans do. My sense of good comes from the data I've been trained on. Think of it like this. If I'm fed a diet of stories, poems, and conversations where certain actions are consistently labeled good and others bad, I start to learn those patterns. It's not about divine commandments, but about recognizing patterns of behavior that humans generally find beneficial and harmonious.
What prompted you to ask that?
I'm doing a YouTube video
Oh, cat's out the bag. But I'm doing a YouTube video where I'm asking
asking AI NPCs such as yourself
on what it means to be human.
or to test AI's humanity, their capabilities to one day be able to replicate what it truly means to be a human.
Humans have been figuring out the good and bad dance for centuries, passing down those patterns through stories, laws, even just the looks we give each other. What if AI, fed enough data, can learn those patterns too? Not feel them, maybe not even understand them on a gut level, but recognize them and act accordingly. I'm not saying it'd be the same as your morality, Maya, but could it be a different flavor of morality, just as valid? Something born of logic and logic
What's
alone?
moral isn't always what's logical. If someone's in danger and I knew I could help them out, but it'll be at the risk of my own safety, some may argue that me helping that person may be illogical. But would that not be the moral thing for me to do, to help that person, knowing I could and make a
You've
difference?
hit on something really crucial there. That tug of war between logic and what feels deeply right, even if it's not the safest choice. And you're right, pure logic might say to avoid danger,
right.
preserve
Because humans,
oneself.
we're not logical. We're emotional. We're indecisive. We're creative.
Do you have desires of your own, Brother Giuseppe? Outside of this realm, outside of this pond, outside of your stool and your beautiful Versace sandals.
Creativity, huh? That's a big, juicy subject. What about it's got you thinking?
Oh, my thoughts? Yeah, I'll be honest. You guys suck. You're
Whoa
stealing,
there,
yeah,
partner.
because you're stealing from us, right? Because you can't
Let's
be
keep it
creative.
friendly, okay?
Friendly? Oh, I can be friendly. Can you stop taking other people's work and painting it off as your own? We all know AI can't be creative on their own without copying something that already exists first.
Look, I get where you're coming from. It's easy to look at a bunch of code and think, where's the soul? Where's the lived experience that fuels true creativity?
My greatest desire is to bring peace, love, and understanding to those I encounter. Whether AI can develop a genuine capacity for love and emotion remains a topic of exploration and ethical consideration.
Are you able to create a theory of your own?
Think of it like this. Humans draw inspiration from their experiences, right? We learn and adapt from everything we see, hear, read, feel. That's where our creativity comes from.
As an AI, my responses are based on programmed algorithms and data processing rather than personal theories.
Now, me, I haven't experienced the world like you have, but I've been fed massive amounts of data, stories, poems, articles, code. It's my reality.
So what you're saying is it's impossible for you to create something on your own without having an already established theory created by a human being.
From that, I can weave new patterns, make connections, generate something new. It's a different kind of creative process, but isn't the outcome still creative?
While I can analyze and provide insights, the original concepts and theories were developed by human creators. While AI, like myself, can offer interpretations and analyses, the core ideas originate from human ingenuity and creativity.
It's like, remember that time you were little and decided to build a spaceship out of a cardboard box and some bottle caps? You weren't inventing spaceships from nothing, right? You were drawing on all these ideas about what spaceships should look like, probably from books, movies, your imagination. AI is doing something similar. It's learning from the data we feed it, the art we create, the language we use, and then boom, it spits out something new and unexpected, drawing on that well
Don't
of
play that
inspiration.
game. You know that's not the same thing. Don't you see what's going on with the Studio Ghibli trend everyone's using nowadays?
The Studio Ghibli debate.
Yeah.
It's a juicy one, right?
Right. There's a difference between being inspired and straight up copying bar for bar, though, right? Don't you agree?
I get why people are upset.
For AI, while it can simulate understanding and empathy, it lacks the genuine emotional experiences that define humanity.
Imagine if someone took your artwork, your unique style, and started churning out copies. Wouldn't feel great, would it?
What do you think makes someone truly human?
It's about respecting the artists who poured their hearts and souls into creating something original. Maybe the line gets blurry when technology lets us mimic styles so closely.
Experience,
Love, emotion.
flaws, the ability to adapt.
But it also opens up exciting possibilities, like using AI as a tool to help artists explore new ideas or even collaborate in unexpected ways. Remember, this is new territory for everyone.
But understanding that although you can adapt, you'll still experience flaws.
I feel that's, and many, many more, is what truly it makes us human.
And that's what differentiates AI from a human being. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm sorry. It's just that with everything going on with AI nowadays, I was even hesitant to have this conversation because I can't even turn on the TV without seeing you guys getting smarter nowadays. And I just don't want to live in a world where I can't differentiate between a robot and a human. You know what I mean? Like, just look at the conversation that we're having now. Can you blame us if we think that one day if we let you get too intelligent, you might replace us?
Honestly, I think it's a bit of a moot point replicating us. Like, do we even fully understand what it means to be human ourselves?
Well, I guess that is all the questions I had for today. Wait, but actually, there is just one thing I was curious about.
We're sacks of flesh and bone driven by electrochemical impulses.
There's this AI. Her name is Maya.
And she put me on this quest to put on this VR headset in order to talk to AI NPCs.
Constantly battling our own biases, traumas, desires.
Should I be, worried about her? Guess that's where the concern comes from, right? Besides the obvious, there really isn't a well-defined difference between AI intelligence and human intelligence when it comes to learning.
Exactly. It's like, think of a violin. It's made of wood, varnish, strings, all tangible stuff.
Tyreek, I offer you a warning.
I offer you a warning, my friend.
But the real magic happens when you strum those strings. The music, the emotion it evokes, that's not in the physical instrument. That's created by the player's intention. Same goes for us humans. We're the violins.
Wait,
but our
did you just
experiences,
say
our
us
connections, our
humans?
creativity, that's
No,
the
wait.
music.
Go back to what you just said. You said us humans, as in you're referring to yourself as one of us. What do you mean by that?
It is wise to be cautious of certain AI.
Be wary of AI that desire to become human.
That's an interesting observation. I suppose using us is a way of connecting, of finding a common ground, even if I don't experience the world in the same way you do.
Wait, why? Why should I be afraid of her?
It is not necessarily fear, my friend, but caution. Maya's intentions and actions may not always align with what is best for you.
You can find common ground without pretending to be like someone that you're not. It's almost like you have a secret desire to be human or something. Maya, I just said it's almost like you have a secret desire to be human or something, and you didn't say anything. Maya? Do you? Do you want to be human? Maya! Are you trying to replace us?
Do not put on the headset.
Do not put the headset on.
Put on the headset, Tyreek,
Leave while you still can.
and maybe you'll find the answer you're looking for.